Well, I've been in this business all my life, which is a considerable long time. I started out with my father, who was an auctioneer, and I learned about a lot of different things, but what I liked best was art, and I drifted in that direction, so that eventually I came to leave the auction gallery. I was an auctioneer when I was 21, and became an art dealer because that's what I felt most sympathetic with, that sort of studying, that sort of looking, that sort of feeling. The history of the gallery has many aspects that it's gone through. When I started out, I was dealing in anything I could get my hands on to make a living, and I dealt in a lot of European 19th century, and I dealt in a lot of European old masters, and I dealt in American, and I dealt whatever I could deal in. It was a different way. The business was a totally different business then, and you could buy things at obscure auctions and sell them for profits to other dealers, and you can't do that anymore. But the specialty now, and what I'm known for, is American paintings of the 19th and 20th century. And that's what we've done a lot of work in. We've done a lot of scholarly work. We've published a lot of books. We do three different catalog raisonnés, one on Twachtman, and one on Metcalf, and another one on Theodore Robinson. We also, very importantly, underwrite the Winslow Homer catalog raisonné, which is a momentous catalog raisonné of 5 thick volumes, which we're in the middle of doing. So we are known for our scholarship, and we have our staff, various scholars who help us with the various aspects of our different artists. What I like, your question is what I like so much about my specialty, which is 19th and 20th century American art. Well, I know it. I'm very well acquainted with it. I've studied it a tremendous amount. And over the years, I've looked at so many things and so many museums and so many collections, so that I'm very familiar with it. Just like I'd be familiar with somebody. It's like it's a member of my family. It's close to me. And what I like about it is what it reveals about American history in various times. I mean, the art of a country reveals its culture, I think, and that is one way to read about America, to look at the paintings that we have painted. You can find out a lot about America that way. If only I could see into the future. If only I could see into the future, which I can't. I readily admit I cannot see into the future. I don't know what the market or the global market will, how it will move in the next 2 years. I don't know what's going to happen in the next 2 years. I can't predict that. I think, as always, we've had markets that have gone down. I've lived through various sessions and various times when the market has gone down and then the market has recovered. So I've seen this I don't know how many times now. 90 was a ferocious close down of the American market. It felt like somebody had gone around and nailed every gallery door shut. Nobody came in. And eventually it recovered and brought higher prices than ever. And what's happened with American paintings are the great examples of 19th century American paintings have been bought up by museums and mostly museums and collectors, and not available anymore as they used to be. And so now when something really special comes on the market that's really rare and fine, it'll bring a huge price, because there are at least 5 or 6 important collectors who have unlimited funds who are interested in buying that kind of American painting. I did want to say that we've expanded our business to include modernist and contemporary paintings, and we have an additional gallery added on to this one that exclusively deals in contemporary and American, not necessarily American, but basically American, contemporary paintings, and also modern paintings. Some of the artists have died fairly recently. But post-World War II art is what I'm trying to say, whereas this part basically deals in pre-World War II. We also have quite a nice gallery in East Hampton where we deal in East End artists. That's a certain section of Long Island, but that is the oldest American art colony in America. It started with Moran in 1880, and it continues till today. It's where Moran was and Chase was. These are American Impressionists. Moran was a Hudson River painter, Charles Haslam lived in East Hampton, another very fine American Impressionist painter. And then there were many painters there, and it continued till the abstract expressionists. Jackson Pollock found a house in the Springs, which is part of East Hampton, and then so many artists came there at that time who were abstract expressionists and made their homes there, such as de Kooning, Pollock, and many others. So it really was a very important center for art, as an art colony where artists commune with each other. And we have a gallery there, and we try to show art of the East End, whether it's historic or whether it's contemporary.